Your last one. Yay.
Yay.
All right. Time stops. I do not move. I breathe. Deep, thorough breaths. My eyes are fixed and focused. I have a decision to make. It's a simple decision. Yes or no. I recall a pastor once telling me that those whom God would use mightily, he must first break thoroughly. I look into myself. I am broken. Okay, so I will be talking about the topic of addiction today, and I'm sure that almost everyone in this room has been touched by addiction in some way or another, whether it is yourself, a family member, or a friend. And it is just such a huge problem in our society. And the one thing that I want to get across is that addiction has no certain demographic. There's not one age that it affects. There's not one certain sort of addiction that's higher than others. It comes in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. So this really means a lot to me and touches close to home because I myself struggled with a drug addiction for 3.5 years, and as well as many members of my family. So I will be telling the story of a girl going through high school, and she starts out young and she kind of deals with peer pressure. So I'll be playing the girl. I will also be playing the perspective of the mother and how she feels about it, and then the perspective from the drug. So those are my 3 characters. I use pieces from books, many poems, lyrics, all sorts of things. It was in the 8th grade when Kim Miller stole beer from me from her father's cooler where he kept his stash. I drank it the next morning in my closet. I poured the bubbly, warm beer in a glass and forced it down. I've always been a bit too distracted by the forbidden, so I didn't need a dare or a reason to drink that beer. Just wanted to see what it'd do to me. And I got a buzz all the way through Miss Woodland's first period English class. I liked the buzz, surprisingly. Welcome to hell, the sign should have read. Reaching your destination all in your head. Last call for the train heading nowhere fast. The memories you create will forever last. You want to buy a ticket? What's the cost, you ask? Just hop on board. We'll talk once you're trashed. Close your eyes and picture something grand. No peeking. Now trust me, take my hand. In the 9th grade, I drank my first bottle of hard liquor. At first the smell repulsed me, but all the older kids drank it like it was water. I remember spilling a little on my blouse and was scared that my mom would know it was booze. I was not yet versed in the art of denial and falsifications that could explain the smells and stains away, although I quickly learned. I discovered that liquor did 2 things for me. 1, it got me drunk faster, and 2, it didn't taste as bad as beer. She stopped hanging out with her best friends from high school. Instead, she treated the older kids like they were gods. She snapped back at me when I talked to her. She came home late, if at all. I could tell that there was something wrong, but I didn't know how to ask. I don't know what happened to my angel. As I lay my head to sleep, I pray to God my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. In my freshman year of high school, the word no wasn't anywhere to be found in my vocabulary. My parents warned me about peer pressure. They could never prepare me for what was coming. My sophomore year, I was drinking almost every day. It's all I could think about until something else came along. The line was in front of me. A few were watching. I didn't want to look scared, but I was. I looked down at the white powder and the $20 bill rolled up like a straw next to it. It didn't look too harmful. I looked up and everyone's eyes were fixed on me. They didn't look too messed up. They actually looked like they were having fun. Well, suddenly the curiosity got the best of me. And with adrenaline running through my body, a smirk on my face, I kneeled down and I picked up the $20 bill and I snorted the whole line. And that was my first line of cocaine. But quickly my first turned into my fifth. My heart was racing out of my chest. I don't remember what happened next. I watched as the upbeat, empathetic, affectionate girl I knew became furious and irrational, withdrawn and depressed. She thinks I won't know it. She thinks I can't tell. But she doesn't know how much this puts me through hell. The deceit is never ending. The betrayal, silly lies. How can she even sit there and look me in the eyes? In the blink of an eye, I'm alone. These so-called friends I made weren't really my friends. There's only me, more alone than I've ever been. And there's only one cure that I know. I can't fight it, and I don't want to. I'm not so strong after all. It feels so right. What an evil treat. Hunger pains gnaw, yet you cannot eat. You'll never defeat this hell you've created. So is it everything you anticipated? Your happiness faded, your world now black, running and ever forever. You can never go back. As I lay my head to sleep, I pray to God my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. Who could have realized that things could have gotten this out of control in less than 2 years? There's never been a big problem in my life to cause this downfall. My parents never got divorced. I was never abused. I even went to church every Sunday when I was a kid. I have no one or nothing to blame. All I wished was for a friend, and now I guess I understand why they say be careful what you wish for. I am your friend. I am with you when you are lonely and sad. I am with you when you feel withdrawn and when the world is cruel. But before you start your fooling with me, let me tell you how it will be. First, I will seduce you and make you my slave. I've sent men much stronger than you to their grave. So you'll start inhaling me one afternoon and take me into your arms very soon. And once you've entered deep down in your veins, the craving will nearly drive you insane. You'll swindle your mother, and just for a buck, you'll turn into something vile and corrupt. You'll mug and you'll steal for my narcotic charm. And you'll feel contentment when I'm in your arms. The day you realize the monster you've grown, you'll solemnly swear to leave me alone. If you think you got that mystical knack, then sweetie, just try getting me off your back. I'm your friend. I want to run or die or get effed up. I want to be blind and dumb, have no heart. I want to crawl in a hole and never come back. I want to wipe my existence straight off this map. Straight off this effing map. You were once so perfect, beautiful and smart. Your life was painted out like a piece of art. Now that beautiful picture is broken, and between us, no words are spoken. I wake. I start to shiver. I curl up and I clench my fist. Sweat runs down my legs, my arms, my back. It stings my face. My entire body is shaking. My heart is racing. I can see it pound through my chest. There are shadows and bright lights and screams and bugs. I get up. I search through my stuff, find my last bit of cocaine. I put it on the mirror that's on the table, and I look down, look into my own eyes. Time stops. I do not move. It's a simple decision. Yes or no. I recall a pastor once telling me that those whom God would use mightily, he must first break thoroughly. I look into myself, and I am broken. But I'm comfortable with it. for the first time in my life, I'm okay with who I am. I want to live with it. I kneel by my bed. So as I lay my head to sleep, I pray to God my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, nor present nor future, or any other power, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation can separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord.